gata mira como un trompo, acelerado y pico. Me siento medio tonto y mientras más te acercas, más nervioso me pongo. Si te pasas de fresca, juro que no respondo. Muévelo, muévelo.
The world's best gather here. XBL baseball starts now.
It's crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
Picks it up on the second, over to first in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
Homeward to the pen! This game is over!
Oh! Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell! Deep right center field! Carrying! And it's gone! That was hit hard. Left center field. Did she do it again? To the wall!
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over! What a line shot!
I can't believe my eyes.
The world's best gather here. XBL.
Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully the audio stuff, I had a little bit of funky stuff going on behind the scenes, but look who it is in here. It's Unicorn and Ox. I haven't been in the booth with Ox before. Ox knows the XBL really well, especially someone like Darkraider, who he's played so many seasons with, so it's going to be an excellent perspective from one of the league's best. And then Billy Banquo is on the other side, coming on to his second season in the XBL, off to a good start so far, had a good win against me, and I think he's sitting at 1-3. So, Ox, how are you doing, and what do you think about this series, man?
What up, Uni? Hey, good to be here with you. First time. We got Darkraider, like you said, a long-time XBL player against somebody a little bit newer, and Billy Banquo, just his third season ever and second now in the XBL. I think he's shown a lot of improvement, but Darkraider he's coming off a sweep of Spaceman today, so I don't think we can start without mentioning that. Huge series win for Raider, and you know he's got to be feeling good coming into this one. But Billy's bat is not one to sleep on.
Like you said, you have to mention whenever anybody sweeps Spaceman for sure, but I mean, not down talking on Darkraider, but you don't expect to sweep on Spaceman. We know how good of a pitcher he is, but he was actually able to put up some runs and get a sweep against the previous champion. And we'll go into these keys, the defensive differences. I got that one on there because we know how Darkraider likes to play that shallow outfield, and he's very well known for those back shoulder catches that he makes all the time in center field. The way he's able to maneuver the outfield despite the shallow, it seems like he can get to every ball in that stadium. And then Billy on the other side, something that he has been constantly improving on, you've seen since the beginning of season 18 for him was season 1, and then into this season is his fielding in the outfield is something that cost him a few games. It actually cost him a game against me earlier this season, but I've seen him make plays as well in our second game where he won, that he made good diving plays. So I think the defense, especially in the outfield more than anything, is going to be a huge factor because Raider is known for his defense, and Billy, that's something as a rookie when you go up in the ego you're kind of still working on.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I said, Billy's much improved. He added a lot of velo to that staff this season, so he's going to give Raider fits, but it's interesting they both play at Shaka. They have really contrasting play styles. I think Billy would be much better suited at a smaller park. Defense comes into play a lot more often at a park like Shaka, so those kind of things, especially against Raiders, definitely going to make a difference unless Billy can just slug his way past him. He's going to need to bring his all-around game tonight. And, I mean, so cringe, Unicorn. We got to see 2 games at Shock. Are you kidding me?
Right, it is as cringe as possible. That thing won the vote the other day, too. That's how you know the people love the cringe. And I'm glad you brought up that velo that Billy really introduced to his starting rotation this season. What's really interesting about it, I know you played Billy. He's got a 3-pitch arsenal on all of his starters. It's what I played, I think, was 4-seam, cutter, and changeup. No curveball, hardly any movement. He doesn't have a ton of junk. It's just velo, and he hammers the fastball in there. And then on the other side, the Harfang, they've got, I believe her name is Tiffany Flores, the reliever for the Harfang, that just comes in and is a fireballer, and you'll see her run 3, 4, 5 innings depending on how you're hitting. And that's going to be interesting to see because Raiders accustomed to, he's pretty successful at hitting velo compared to everything else. And then Billy on the other side, he's struggled with the velo in the past. So I think that's a huge thing, is if Billy can get to that starter before Tiffany Flores comes in, and then how quickly can Darkraider take advantage of all those fastballs he sees.
Yeah, absolutely. You're correct on all points there. And I definitely think Raiders got the experience advantage. He's got the pitching advantage. Got the full court press all around game advantage. I think Billy's got the advantage on offense, and it's just going to be a battle of contrasting styles like I talked about earlier. It'll be interesting to see. Last season they went 1-1 against each other. Raider won one game 5-3 and lost the other game 2-1. So a couple of low scoring battles last season, but I think we're going to be in for an interesting set here tonight. It'd be cool to see how it plays out. But yeah, I think that about covers everything else.
Like you said, for that third one run differential from those two in the split last time, and now Billy's much improved, so we're going to see how that factors in, because not only is Billy improved, Raiders off to a really spicy start with the wins that he has under his belt. So this is going to be a good one, and we're going to get it underway. It's going to be, like Ox said, we got back-to-back Shaka, so if you like Shaka, you're going to have a fun time. I'm not going to have much fun in here watching all these. I don't know if we're going to see one home run tonight at that stadium. We'll see with Dark Raiders pitching and Billy's fastballs. So y'all give us just a second. We'll switch it over, and we got Game 1, Week 2 XBL Match of the Week on your Sunday. Just a minute. All right, here we go, everybody. We're loading in. It's going to be Billy Banquo and the Mighty Mallards are going to be the home team. Like we said, both games are going to be at Shaka, but Billy's going to have the home advantage here in this one. We'll see what starters these two bring. Billy's got really 4 pretty similar starters as well as Dark Raiders, so it shouldn't be much difference between 1 and 4. And here's that starter for Billy, Rex Gunn. The 3-pitch arsenal, 2 fastballs and a changeup. Elite changeup, though. Velo swung on early, hit well from Raider, and put away easily. There's the first out of our Week 2 XBL Match of the Week.
That was a lot of velo versus fastball hitter. Rex Gunn won that matchup.
Yeah, one thing that Billy really focuses on with that fastball is he'll attack the inside part of the plate, which is different from a lot of the velo savvy sort of pitchers you see in the XBL, is just how aggressive he is on the inside. There's that elite changeup working right there. Full count now to the bad ball hitter on this Harfang lineup. Swung on, hit well, 97 power, and smoked past the shortstop. There's a leadoff single. It looks like the fastball is already something that Raiders going to be able to catch up to. He's got 2 hard hit balls in his first 2 at-bats.
Yeah, the key is definitely going to be for Billy how he mixes the 2 velocities of these. He's got fastballs and 1 changeup. The 4-seamer and the changeup are the hardest 2 pitches in the game to time up. So even though it's only a 3-pitch arsenal, it is a bit tricky.
Yeah, it's worth noting, easy jumps on this pitcher against a speedy sort of lineup like the Harfang. He doesn't steal, and he strikes out swinging there on that elite changeup. Like you said, Ox, I think that's definitely the key for Billy in this one. You've got to switch up the velo between the changeup and the 4-seam. If you're going to put 3-pitch arsenal and have elite changeup on there, you really need to kind of abuse that elite changeup as much as you can. We see a successful steal there with the easy jumps. There is cannon arm on this catcher. That one's over to Dave at short and put away. So a couple of well-struck balls, 1 steal, and no runs there in the first.
Yeah, Billy's going to have to slow it down with the runner on base because that easy jumps will kill you against a guy like Raider.
Yeah, no doubt. And for Billy at the plate, low velo is something he can handle. He's really one of those players that excels against low velo a lot of the times. Ooh, tough change.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering is Billy going to tee off at all against these low velo guys? But that's why Raider likes Shaka. These low velo guys can be really hard to do damage against. Is he gets a strikeout look and nip in the corner there.
Yeah, no doubt at Shaka, that's where the low velo is going to work the best just because you can get that exit velo off the bat. One thing Billy really displayed in our series was his improved eye as well, whether it was velo or off speed. He was really keeping the zone tight. We'll see if he can do that here.
There's a good swing on a curveball for the first hit of the game for the Mallards, and I got to be thinking Dark Raider is loving that there's going to be back-to-back games at Shaka. He has all kind of real estate out there for hard-hit balls just like that one, and he makes the third out. Gets through the first inning unscathed.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those matchups for Billy where really your home stadium probably benefits the other team a lot more because it plays right into the Harfang's sort of play style.
Yeah, now we see Raider twice now with a good swing on a fastball with a base hit, and despite having bad jumps, I think he'll be taken off here soon.
So many traits on steals in this. Easy jumps, easy... Yeah, he takes off anyways. So it's easy jumps, bad jumps, and cannon arm. We got 3 traits for that steal there. That one hammered towards the shortstop. He keeps hitting it over there. No, he got into a diddle. He doesn't go to first. Good play there from Billy on the base pass to get that lead runner and negate the steal. That's a high IQ sort of player right there and something you love to see from a second-year XBL player. Another steal.
That's a play that you normally see an inexperienced player screw up, and Billy played that perfectly against a guy who knows how to wiggle out of those spots like Raider.
No doubt. And this one's blooped into right field. A hesitation on the throw. Wasn't a lot of speed. He might have had him if he let it go off rip, but the hesitation and the drop ball turns into the first run of the game. And look at this steal. Guns turning back. Max on the first. Low throw.
Oh, no.
No, I don't know if that's...
He cooked the throw meter.
Yeah. But he gets a chance of redemption on the second over to first, and no harm, no foul after that bad throw as he turns into a double play. Just 1 run comes in off that blooper to right field. And we know how hard it is to get runs against the Harfang. They're up 1-0 here, and Raider might be the toughest player, if not one of the toughest in the league to play from behind on.
Yeah, he squeaked out his 1 run already, so now Billy's going to have to play catch-up. What do you think he was thinking there on that ball, uni to right field? Do you think he was trying to keep the runner at first, or he didn't really think Raider was going to send him home? The hesitation definitely cost him.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things that you learn as you play more in the XBL, especially players like Raider that rely on small ball. You've got to be eagerly awaiting any sort of extra base attempt, and he took it right there because of a little bit of a stutter. People might not think as quick on their feet in the lower divisions sometimes, or they don't build that way, but Raider definitely does. He takes all the extra bases he can get. Change up just inside.
It's going to be really hard for Billy to drive the ball over the Harfang outfielders. He's going to have to get base hits or gappers if he wants to get anything going, because Billy not really known for being a base runner.
Right.
I mean, hits like this one are just going to die.
Yeah, that was about as well struck as you can. I believe he had fastball tagged up to second. It was so deep with all that speed coming from first. It's runners moved up to second on a fly out. Yeah, that's good base running from both teams so far.
Very high IQ play there. Could have gotten him a run right there if that one had squeaked through.
Yeah, it's those sort of steals and tag ups that you think might really make a difference in a series like this, where the run differential last year that we talked about was so low. Fastball swung on first pitch.
That's 2 plays now that Billy's made that are pretty heads up that I'm impressed with. He continues to show improvement. I didn't know he had that all-around game in him, so might be sleeping on Billy a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. That's one thing that Billy really surprised me with from last season to this season is the way he's improved on those little things. It definitely matters in a league like the XBL. All the little things add up over the course of 9 innings, over the course of a season. Gets him swinging on one inside right there, popped up to short. So a couple put away quickly. Here's the bad ball hitter. Off of the chest of the pitcher, bad ball hitter. And he's going to take all the velo, I would assume, out. Yeah, 2-bar. He lost a lot of velo now. This Arsenal is not one that's built for this sort of velo. We'll see how Rex Gunn's going to be able to maneuver this.
You know, Raider was ready. That was not that bad of a pitch. It was inside and low, but Raider was absolutely ready for it, and now he's going to steal a bag.
So many steals off rip as you would expect on easy jumps. We're seeing Raider execute them well, and now another blooper in the right field. It looks like it's going to tug the line. It's going to fall fair, and it's going to be another run on another blooper to right field. A little bit of a mimic from last inning. Raider does it again.
Yeah, I mean, that's great baseball by Raider. He got the runner on, and he took advantage of easy jumps. You know, easy jumps is a costly trait, but not if you mix your tempos. You've got to hold the ball. You've got to mix up your timing when you come to the plate. I mean, Billy's just go, 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 go. Raider's going to steal all night long.
Yeah, and we've already seen those steals come to fruition because both runners that scored was off of maneuvering the base pass. And like you said, easy jumps can save you some money, and it's one of those traits that if you're really paying attention, you can kind of negate the effect, like you said, by switching up the mojo and the tempo on the mound. But against a savvy vet like Raider, you really got to be on your toes the entire time with easy jumps. We get a lead-off hit here, too, so we got a single with no outs for Billy.
You know, I think guys that play offline a lot against the computer, that you don't have to mix your timing really against the AI as much, so you kind of fall into that trap of just speed running on the mound, even with runners on, and that can really cost you against a lot of different players.
Yeah, no doubt. That one's in on the chin, but hit well. Right fielder ranges over and puts it away. That was pretty well struck for where that pitch was located. It's about as much as you can do with it. And that's one thing
we're seeing Billy have
do.
some really good swings.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's able to get on corner pitches a lot better. We got to remember, in the AAA, this dude was an absolute masher. Dynasty and Snowbird level hitting. So coming up to the XBL, the second or third seasons where you really see people catch their bat speed up, and that's the situation Billy finds himself in here in his second season. This curveball's going to end up low, and it's hit over to right field. Could have been a lot more dangerous, but just turns into a single. So Billy and the Mallards with havoc. Hero at the plate, RBI Hero, looking to make a 2-out rally in loud fashion. Watches the first one go by. This one's going to be in the zone.
Here.
Yeah, this is huge early in this game. Ooh, swung on a red pitch. You're not going to get a ton of mistakes from the Harfang on the mound, and he misses on one there. This one's going to be in the zone, popped up, well located up on the mound. Center fielder's
He got
there
away
easily.
with that cutter so bad.
He did. That's one of those pitches here early on Match of the Week might get missed, but when you get into the later innings or you get into game 2, that's one of those pitches you expect that they get hammered. We're seeing Raider hit consistently towards short.
One thing that Billy's also going to have to battle against Raider is all these great swings and hard contact hits that are not falling for him. And then Raider continues to get hits like that one, which are, you know, good swings, but it's not near the contact that Billy's making. Eventually that's going to wear on you mentally and frustrate you to where, you know, that's Raider's game. He loves to feed off that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that small ball game. We see Jackie Junk, the relief pitcher, come in after the pinch hit the last half inning. A completely different sort of pitcher now. And for the Mallards with hardly any velo and high junk. He's got the 4-pitch arsenal. Still no curveball, but he does have the screwball introduced. That one's well located, so it's a full count here to Jasmine Sasso. Hammer to first, on to second. It's going to be another double play for the Mallards to get out of the inning. So we've seen a couple of double plays, and he gets out unscathed with 0 runs there in the top of the 4th.
Billy using Raiders tactics against him there, going with the low velo, high junk, and specialist is actually pretty nasty and got out of the jam.
Yeah, that specialist definitely worth noting. This one's on to short, going to be put away easily, 99 throw. We're getting into the middle innings, and so far, Billy has not been able to put a whole lot of base runners on. Still that starter rocking for the Harfang. Hasn't even had to use Flores in the pin, who he goes to a lot earlier than this a lot of the time.
There was a ghost pitch, and yeah, we know Raider will go to Tiffany Flores in a heartbeat as soon as there's a sign of trouble. But right now, Billy is just, even though he's got it timed up, he's not doing any damage. So Raider's going to keep on rolling with this slow velo with all that shocker real estate.
Well located fastball, just low though. So after a walk, there's 1 on, 1 out. Billy hits another one well, but right at the left fielder. Seems to be the story of the game so far for the Mallards. They're getting well-struck balls, but right at these outfielders out here in Shaka. This one's right down the middle.
Oh man, like this stuff right here is just what I struggle with mentally so bad is just getting tilted off lineouts and not hitting mistake pitches like you wish you were. And it just kind of snowballs if you're not careful. I know I'm susceptible to it as much as anybody. It's one thing I really struggle with. And here we go. Here's Tiffany Flores.
And the reliever's already out for the Mallards. Mallards subbed that reliever out. They're already going to be on their second reliever when they come back around in the fourth. I'm sorry, in the fifth. This one's hit well. Flores came in with that velo, and Billy was still able to make good contact, but that second baseman's inched over towards the bag and able to put it away. So 2 on and 2 left stranded. 5 base runners stranded so far for the Mallards. We can see they've got 73% left on base so far this season.
And you see what I mean right there, Uni? Billy smokes one. The second baseman just happened to be there because of the situation, and now he gets Raider to chase first batter of the next half inning, and it kicks off the pitcher's foot for a base hit.
A couple of pitch outs. He doesn't have easy jumps now, and he's paying attention to these base runners. Elite four-seam right down the middle as the second reliever is in. This guy with a much more standard. Also right down the middle again, just absolutely as middle as you can be. Back-to-back pitches, and it's looped up centered. So 2 are on with no outs, and the Harfang right here have a chance for a big inning. A chance to break this thing open.
Valerie's up too. She's got the fastball hitter and a little pitcher-on-pitcher crime there with Flores getting a base hit.
And a steal on second and third. What great base running so far from Raiders. That's probably going to turn into a run, but a strikeout here, and that's what you needed for your Billy. 1 out now, but not an easy batter up. Bad ball hitter. That one's a mistake and swung on.
Welcome, Billy. Put him on.
He goes for a dive over at first. Can he get to the bag in time? He does, but 1 run scores. A little bit lucky, I would say, Ox, to only give up that 1 on that hitter. And now Weekly to second.
Fresh.
So only 1 run comes in. He gets through the 2 strongest batters in the lineup without huge damage. And so far, Raider just adding 1 at a time monotonously.
But Billy's got to do a better job with runners on at not letting I mean, he might as well have the easy jumps on every single pitcher. He's letting Raiders steal a bag every inning.
Now Raider pitching as fast as he possibly can and gets the strikeout because of it. Gave no break in between all the pitches.
These two are all gas pedal all game long.
100 mile an hour, and now he mixes in a changeup. Swung on well, right field, low pitch is engaged. Shock is deep, but it's not deep enough. It's out of here. And Billy's got his first run of the game on a shot to right field.
Wow, what a swing right there. Low pitch activated, and Tornado gets his first home run of the season. Just had the distance, 412, and still barely made it out of here, but that ball was crushed.
And back-to-back hits now. And Billy, that home run looks like it might have kickstarted a little something in him. A great swing back-to-back. He went on that changeup and was able to hit it yard, and then a four-seam right after the mix-up in velo, and he's ready for both of them. And now the RBI hero steps up.
I think Billy actually is preferring the pace of Flores to the starter.
I think he is. He might be liking this high velo. Swung on that screwball, looks nasty. Gets the strikeout against the best batter in the lineup, and here comes diving Dave. Runner on second. The Mallards trying to inch 1 run closer if they can. Bottom of the 5th, starting to get into middle, late innings of this ball game. Swung on the ball up top, 2-1. Pumping in the velo, still 2-2. And he's late on it, so he does score 1 on that solo shot and get his first run of the game here on Match of the Week. Billy Beam comes back up to the mound. Gave up 1 in his first inning. Billy desperately needs this starter, or I mean this reliever to last because this is already a second one. Only left with his SPRP and his closer, I believe.
I mean, he's not really giving up a whole lot of hits. Raiders only getting singles on him. It's the amount of bases, extra bases Billy's allowing Raider to get when he does get on that's cost him runs. But also Raiders getting away with a few mislocated pitches. We'll see if Billy can capitalize on them like he did with Tornado.
Yeah, I feel silly for not putting that in the keys. The fact that Raiders base running could really be a key to this game. And so far in game 1, that's exactly what it has been. The base running is the main difference right now. Flores on the mound should start waning soon. Yeah, you can see her velo dropping a little bit now.
Yeah, see, Raiders either dotting up the location perfectly or he's given a pretty big pitch circle.
Yeah, he is. This curveball is going to be meaty, and he watches it, swings on it early. Full count now he finds himself in. Four seam, it's well located on the corner. Billy swings on it late at 99. Full count strikeout.
Nice job by Raider there. You see him take his time just a little bit more and really hit his spots.
Specialist on Tiffany this season as well. I can see why she's the most expensive reliever in the XBL, and now gets back-to-back strikeouts, earns her money. See if she can get 3 strikeouts here as the 8-hole hitter up.
I think Wishbone might have him beat this season with Yuri.
Oh, really? Wishbone's going with the cringe?
Yeah. Man, Tiffany had Billy all twisted up right there in that inning. Great job of Raider by hitting his spots.
This one's low pitch engaged, or center fielder's over. He can get it, and he does. Peter Prayer over at the warning track takes a good route for it and able to put it away. Swung on 2 pitches, 2 swings, and 2 outs. Talk about playing fast. Flores comes up to the plate now, even though she's waning on the stats. He leaves her in. Almost had
She's
the 3-pitch
taking daddy hacks, too.
Yeah. 4-pitch inning right here if he's able to put it away cleanly, and he does. Only a 4-pitch inning, and that's what you need if you're the Mallards. You brought the reliever in early. He might already pull him here. He doesn't care about bullpen management. He's going for runs.
I mean, Billy can get Raider out with any pitcher, theoretically. I don't think bullpen length is really his concern at this point. So I like the move, but he's got to have better at-bats.
There's a good one hit up center, and we do have confirmation in the chat from Zlat that Flores is the most expensive pitcher in the league. She's 10,000 more than Yuri.
She's earning her pay right here.
She is. I believe she's going on her 4th inning now in this game. That one swung on well down right field. Might turn into some trouble. Let's see if he rounds for 3rd, and he does. It's going to be a play over there at 3rd. Just in time, he's safe. Runners at the corners now. Good hitter up at the plate, trying to desperately stay out of that double play ball. Another big spot here for the Mallards, looking to take advantage of this. Swung on, hit, and it's going to score a run.
Nice job there by Billy. And Tiffany's cooked. She doesn't have the velo now, and she's losing specialists to back-to-back hitters here.
Havoc
Raiders
Hero
going
in
back
now.
to that low velo.
Reverse splits isn't going to affect Hero. Swung on early on the curve. Another big at-bat here for the best batter in this Mallards lineup. Swung on early on another meatball.
He's going 100 miles an hour with Tiffany now to 70s and 80s with Pierre Paul.
Oh no, it's right at the shortstop on the second, over to first, and Billy hits it to the double play. The Harfang get exactly what they need, and it's still a 1-run game as these players are putting one up at a time so far, scattered across the entire scorecard. And now a good dive from Max at second as a new reliever comes in. Sarah's strikeout.
Goodness. That was the StatCast had that as the hardest hit double play ball of the season, of any ground ball.
Yeah, that's one of those you hate where you
Billy.
hit it so well and you have some momentum going and you hit it right at a double play.
It's 2 up the middle. Billy's really crushed with 2 outs with runners in scoring position that just went right at a middle infielder. And
we see the Harfang once again
fourth
drop
or
one in.
Yeah, 4th or 5th time at least Raiders gotten a hit kind of like that.
Man, both of these guys throwing random meatballs. This one's going to be close. Cannon arm, and he does finally get one thrown out. Raider finally gets caught after so many successful steals, and Billy's got the momentum now here in the bottom of the 8th, folks. It's a one-run ball game, and these two are giving us
Here
exactly
comes
what
Billy.
you'd expect. Swung on Villanueva, I believe, puts it away.
Yes.
He's still
Billy
squaring up these
definitely has
pitches
some
well.
momentum here.
Watches that one 0-2. Pierre-Paul, the reliever, in. Good eye there. Reverse splits affecting this batter as well. 2-2 now. This one's going to find the
Raider
zone.
playing shallow.
Yeah, that signature shallow. We haven't seen it hardly at all from Raiders showing respect to Billy's bat so far in this game, but now late going to his shallow.
You know, this is why low velo can be so effective. You can neutralize a big bat like Billy's. I mean, he's actually hit high velo better than he has low velo in this ball game, and I really like the move by Raider here.
And the shallow pays off there. 3 up and 3 down, and we're into the 9th inning. Still a one-run game. Raider right here looking to add some insurance if he can. Closer on the mound trying to keep it at a one-run game. Good changeup on the edge there, 0-2. We're seeing Raider late in this game get much more aggressive at the plate, expanding the zone. See it on the strikeout there. Velo's causing some issues with that changeup. Back-to-back swung on early. We'll see if he comes with the heat here. He's attacking the strike zone.
Yeah, Billy's had a lot of momentum on the mound lately. Oh, no.
Oh, one he didn't need to dive for. Could have been worse. Stays a single. That one came off the bat and must have thought it was a lot faster than it was.
Yeah, could have had a lag spike. You never know.
Another steal. Cannon arm
Sometimes
throw.
people panic dive.
Oh, I've been there. Bad jumps player for Raider with 2 steals in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Billy's making it easy. He's relying on that cannon arm.
And once again, a steal's going to turn into a run. The steal to second and the single, and now the lead's at 2. And so far, the Harfang absolutely are winning this game with their base running. And now a steal mistimed. Safe back at first at the last step.
Terrible call, Blue. They'll
Only
give
one
that
out.
to you if you're anywhere close to first. They'll call you safe on the way back. But like you said, Raider, I mean, all 4 of his runs have come off getting a steal to get the runner in scoring position and then getting a base hit after that. So great job there with the hit and run, actually, by Raider.
How he gets a strikeout
Now
that he
makes it
desperately
4-2.
needs. Yeah, 2-run game, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Billy's closer is going to be losing stats really quickly here, trying to get out of this inning. Give his bats a chance. That changeup once again swung on early. The steal now.
There he
Pitch
goes.
is low. Good eye.
He just needs another hit for a 5-2 lead.
Swung on, shortstop jumps, and another steal might pay off. It's thrown to home. It's going to be a play. He turns around. Good decision to turn around there. The steal almost cost him, and now the relief pitcher Pierre-Paul comes up with the runner on second and third.
Now what does he do?
Decides to stay with the reliever, and closer still on the mound also with hardly any stats, and it's going to be a weak grounder to first, and there we go. It's a 2-run game after another run is put up from the Harfang. Bottom of the 9th here for the home team. Billy Banquo and the Mallards trying to have a comeback here. 3 outs to play with, 2 runs needed.
Yeah, Raiders trusting his reverse splits low velo here. He's trusting that Billy can't time up this low velo to get it past the shallow outfield.
Mixing in a 4-seam now. Swung on. It's hit straight into the dirt
Oh
towards
my.
second. And there's the first out. Now only 2 outs to play with. We're going to see a pinch hitter here for the closer. Raider already setting up that high curve. Bunter. This bunter scares me. Billy won the game on a bunt with this guy with the bases loaded, 2 outs.
Oh, no way.
The most unexpected thing I'd ever seen. We'll see if he bunts with him here. Swings on it, though. He does have sprinter. It's going to be close, but not there safely. So 2 are put away now. And the Harfang are 1 out away from taking game 1 in this series. Billy at the front of his order.
Pierre-Paul's come in and shut it down for the Harfang.
No doubt. That one finds his own. Now 2-2 count. This one's going to be close. Swung on and fouled. The Mallards stay alive to see another pitch. This one swung on, barely fouled down the line. This one's going to find the zone, and he watches it, and it's a looking strikeout, and the Harfang pieced together one run across the scorecard 4 times with all those steals, and they're able to take the win at Shaka, but this time home of Billy Banquo and the Mallards. And the Harfang go up to 4-1 on the season, and they take game 1 of this series.
Wow, tough loss there for Billy. What a game that was here on Match of the Week. And Raider is going to get his 3rd win of the day, 3-game win streak for the Harfang. And he absolutely won that off experience and, just pressure on the base pass like we talked about. Great, and did some, great job pitching as well.
Yeah, that was very much a veteran savvy sort of win. The way he was able to manufacture steals and runs, change the entire complexion of that game. And now Billy is going to be on the road at Shaka, home of Darkraiderdagoat, looking to get a sweep. And Billy's going to look to get a split here. And this could have huge playoff implications later in the season. These two, a lot of times, were fighting around the same area of the playoff seeding. So y'all hang on tight. We'll get game 2 over at you and see how this one closes out. All right, here we go. Real quick, right into game 2 here on week 2 XBL match of the week. Harfang were able to get the first win 4-2 after a lot of base running that turned into a win. And Billy now on the other side, he hit the ball well, and he really was able to hold the Harfang down in terms of hits. I believe Billy out-hit the Harfang. So we'll see if that turns into anything here in game 2 as Billy's looking for a split and Raiders looking for a sweep.
Yeah, I mean, Billy's played a lot of people tough this season already, but he needs to start eking out W's or it's going to be a lot harder to make that playoff race. Despite his clear improvement he's made this season, it's still really hard to win games in the XBL, and let's see if he can bounce back here and get the split. Yeah, I mean, Raiders going to do the exact same thing he did in game 1. He's going to employ all the same tactics. We'll see if Billy can adjust.
Yeah, and talking about that playoff, it feels like the bottom maybe 10 through 14 seed or so is completely wide open this season. Billy, one of those teams that's able to get into that spot, but he needs to win or get splits in a series like this. Like you said, Raiders going to employ the same tactics because Raider is who he is. We'll see if Billy's able to adjust.
Well, and one thing he does well is it's not just the way he pitches, it's the philosophy behind his team build. I mean, he goes all low velo starters, then he comes at you with 100 miles an hour specialists, and then he goes back to the low velo with reverse splits. So he's not only mixing the velo from extreme one end to the other, but he's also nerfing your hitters while he's doing it. So playing 2 games at Shaka is perfect for his build.
Oh, shallow outfield, and it's over his head and left. What a start from Billy here. He's going to get a 2-run double here in the top of the first, and Billy's already matched his run total for game 1 and off to a hot start. This low velo, it seems like he's adjusted to it, Ox.
Wow, great job. Yeah, Billy coming out making a statement here in the top of the first. He's on it.
Shaka's so deep out there in center. It looks like he's going to be able to tag up for third. And so he's got a good chance of getting 3 runs on the board here in the first. 1 out, runner on third. Second baseman Dave is up.
Yeah, Billy's got to get this run in here.
Pence on the mound. This one swung on well. It might get over again, but Pierre's back. We'll see if he goes. There's going to be a play at the plate. It's thrown in. He's not on time. He's safe. So 3-0 as the Mallards Break this thing open as early as you can.
Yeah,
Two
great
outs.
job there. He had the big double and then had 2 productive flyouts to get the 3rd run home and really cash in on this inning.
And now a good curveball there to get out of the inning. So perfectly located from Raider, leaving Billy upset.
Love to see the emotion, but
We got
tough pitcher
Metalhead on
again
this
here on the
starter.
mound.
Needed this Metalhead starter in the last game after getting injured early on. Same arsenal,
well,
but a 2-seam instead of cutter.
You know, Metalhead doesn't always proc, so it won't even save you despite having the trait. But yeah, it would have been nice for Billy to have that last game for sure.
So there's the first out. Here's the bad ball hitter up once again. Swings on first pitch, and it's over to the second baseman, Magic Max, put away. So 2 quick outs here.
And we're seeing Billy do a great job pitching with nobody on base, but here it is. Now there's 2 outs and a guy on base. Let's see if Billy's going to adjust his timing on the holding the runners.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge difference right here if he's able to hold runners. Now one well located at the bottom of the zone. Now well located on the edge of the zone. 0-2 early. Steal. No cannon arm throw, and it's safe. So there's the first steal of the game for the Harfang. Up to probably 6 or 7 steals now in this series. A hit here can turn into a run. Pitch out there. We did see a third base steal before.
He's not going to steal third. He's going to try to get a base hit, and that's exactly what he does.
Once
Big
again.
double down the line.
Same way game 1 went, we see it to start off game 2 here. A steal on 2 outs turns into a bloop over to left field and a run. And it's 1-3 now, and a chance to do the exact same thing with another decent blooper here. This one's down the line, might be trouble. Dove on from third base. Can he get it in time? He can't. So runners are on the corners now with 2 outs, and a 2-out rally is brewing here for the Harfang. Fernandez up to the plate with huge stats. That one's a tough pitch. 1-2 now. There's the steal. We'll see if there's a little bit of diddling, but he's going home. And he thanks of a Billy. A nice play there to turn home and bait Raider into that. A couple of good decisions so far preventing these diddles.
Yeah, he's done a great job of executing defensive plays when he gives himself a chance to.
Hardly any
Got out of
stats
a
with
jam
tenths
there.
on this starter. Yeah, no doubt he got out of it. Great pitch on a red reticle. It winds up in a perfect spot. That fastball way up top. Swung on and put away easily. Mojo back to neutral now for the starter.
You know, Uni, you and I both have played Billy this season. I'm surprised to see how many times Raiders getting him to swing out of the zone in this set. I mean, not that Billy's had bad at-bats, but, you know, we both know him as somebody that we can't get to chase at all, hardly.
Yeah, it might be those match of the week jitters, because I would definitely agree with that. It felt like in our series, he had one of the better eyes I've ever had to face. The match
He's
of the
a
week
young
jitters
Luke
get
Archer
everybody.
in a lot of ways.
Yeah, not only because the Ducks.
Mallard enjoyers. They've got good eyes.
And one thing Billy's got on Luke is he's got better internet. Watches that one there. Worked his way back into that count and worked himself into a walk. So with 2 outs, runner on first. With Luke's internet, he wouldn't have seen that fastball coming.
Some funny chat boxes going on between these two.
That curveball meat even
man.
watched. Full count now. We'll see if he gets a pitch to hit. Looks like he's looking 4-seam in on the chin. It's going to find the zone. Swung on, dropped. Hang on, hang on. Is it going to get all the way in there? It doesn't. Raider, an unfortunate drop, but that was just inches from being even worse.
And the catcher goes tense off of that as well.
Taylor Tornado,
That could be very
huge
costly.
stats.
Struck out a guy for the 3rd out of the inning, and now it's runners in
no.
scoring position. It's going to lead to a run.
Hang on, we got to play at the plate. A good throw. He doesn't have a lot of speed. And what a throw from center field. A huge play from the Harfang to get out of the jam.
Are you kidding me?
And then follows it up with that swing on a cutter. Or two. I don't know what that
Series of
was.
events.
Needed every bit of that throw. I don't really blame Billy for that sin. That was more thrown out than I thought. I thought it was going to be way closer.
It was pretty deep into the outfield, too. It wasn't like she was charging the throw, like, coming in, and I guess Billy hit it too hard.
This one's blooped. It might fall. Center fielder's ranging over, puts it away, grabs it at the ankles. 2 outs off of the heel, picked up and put away. So 3 quick outs there for the Harfang. And now Billy steps back up, who's been getting base runners on. Huge play in that last inning from the Harfanger. This thing could look a lot worse. That one hammered right field. Changeup swung on well. Same spot as last game, but not as deep. And dove on from Lafayette, and we see the fielding from the Harfang for the first time in this series. A great dive over there in right field.
That is Raider at his best, man. Gives up a nuke, but he's got the outfield and the fielding ability to go down and track him down, make a great dive on a great angle.
Doesn't always seem like he just takes the most perfect angle. That's a big thing when you're fielding in this game in the outfield, is the angles you take.
Yeah, and the timing. He just nailed it perfectly. It saved him a triple.
It did, and now he's able to get the next 2 outs really quickly. That inning turns into nothing. Almost could have been a big start on the leadoff triple. Looks like he might be thinking to go to Tiffany already. Decides to keep the starter in. The low velo did help last game, but in the first inning here, Billy was able to get on top of it. Elects to keep Montoya in. That one swung on, so foul third and foul to first. 0-2 count now. Another foul ball. Pitcher's working some pitches out of Mallory here. Another
I think
foul
against
ball.
most people, Raider would pull the starter here. But against Billy, I think he likes his odds at Shaka with the low velo until he brings Tiffany. Oh, and look at that, a base hit.
Fouled away about 5 pitches in a row, and then with the pitcher puts it up center, and that's going to help the mojo out. Now leadoff runner is the pitcher. No outs, and the front of this lineup is coming up. Billy staying aggressive. His pitching style is just attack, attack, attack early here.
Got to be careful. Raider will run with the pitcher.
What a pitch there on the corner. And he does run. He holds it long enough, but he can't get it back to first in time. We've seen that a couple times so far in this game. See if we see another steal and a 2-2 count here. No steal. Swung on the inside pitch, and it's a strikeout. So Billy maybe starting to wisen up a little bit and hold these base runners. This one swung on first baseman, dives, gets it. Does he go to second? He does, and just in time. That was sketchy, but he's able to make it.
First baseman must have a little arm on her.
Perfect time. He had no chance on that throw in. So 2 outs, runner on second after a steal. We've seen this story before, Ox. Let's see if it turns into anything. 0-2 count to Villa at the plate. Watches the 2-seam there.
This is Dark Raider baseball. Now he's going to keep battling until he has to flip one over that outfield or even more find a gap.
2-seam swung on way inside but fouled away. That one's right in the middle of the zone, and he watches it. The changeup gets him frozen, so the steal turns into nothing, and we've got zeros on the board for back-to-back innings now. We're into the top of the 4th now. Billy still holds a 2-run lead here in Game 2 of our match of the week. We still see Montoya on the mound with that low velo. Gets a curveball swinging outside.
Billy's got to add if he wants to, keep within a safe distance, because Raider's going to keep on putting himself in positions to collect a run or two here or there. So 3-1 lead is not enough for Billy. He's going to have to get a lot of hits, just like those.
Shallow
two
outfield.
really good swings up the middle.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like we talked about before, Billy's really a different play style than Raider in terms of hitting. He relies on the long ball a lot more than Raider, so it's weird that he played Shaka. He actually complained a lot about Shaka when he was in AAA. Comes into the XBL and then just plays Shaka again. If he wasn't at Shaka, I bet Billy would have probably 10, 15 more home runs per season.
Yeah, I think his park really handicaps him. I mean, he's the away team in this one, so it doesn't really matter. Right. But to have 2 games here at Shaka, I mean,
Lafayette, a chance
that's a home run
again.
at
She's
Lafayette.
back and doesn't even have to dive. Enough speed to get there. Yeah, like you said, you got those short right field balls on a lot of stadiums that could have been out. At Shaka, it's not even close. And now the Harfangs start off with a leadoff single.
And Raider knows how to use Shaka as well, you know what I mean? He's hitting the ball in front of the outfield and giving him chances to score every inning just about. Billy's trying to hit it over the outfield, and Raider's just not letting him.
Yeah, right now it feels like if Raider gets one on, he has a chance to score because of the way he's stealing. And for Billy, it feels like he needs to get 3 or 4 hits to score something.
Exactly, and that you know, can really play out over the course of 9 innings.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean,
ooh, almost kills the pitcher again, but it goes through her. So 1 out's 2 on now. And Raider has a chance in this inning to tie it up or take the lead. Sasso up as first pitch prayer. Stats are starting to dwindle a little bit for Mallory on the mound at 45 pitches. 108 ERA on this starter. 2 pitches right in the middle of the zone. Just a little bit on the edge, left and right. Now 1-2 count. Swings on the heat up top for the second out. It's a big strikeout. Not good speed on base, so I doubt we see any steals here, but Billy still looks like he's being patient and giving Raider time if he gets antsy.
yeah, and one thing I'm surprised is Billy doesn't ever go shallow here at Shaka.
Right. Shaka's definitely a stadium where shallow can work. I wonder how fast his outfield is. That can be a huge differentiating factor on shallow outfield. If you're going to do it, a lot of times you need a speedy outfield all the way around.
Yeah, that's true. That's why Raider invests in his. Uh-oh.
This one left field. Shallow outfield wasn't there, but it doesn't matter. It's a well-struck line drive from Billy over there into the left center field gap, and he starts off with a leadoff double. And he's looking to add to his lead. Hasn't scored since the first inning, and Tiffany Flores smells danger, and she is summoned and 100 mile an hour, 101 mile an hour out of the pen. That cutter is inside, but he hit it. And now he rounds going home. Thinks better of it this time after being thrown out earlier in this game. But a good swing to get that one up middle. And runners are on the corners with no outs. Billy with a chance for a big inning here. Got to stay out of that double play.
Yeah, great job by Billy here to set the table. Raiders in a lot of trouble.
Same pitch. This one's popped up shallow, so he shouldn't be able to get anywhere. So runners are still stranded at the corner, and now the double play is really something you need to try to avoid. RBI Hero is up, and he goes with the intentional walk. Bases are loaded now.
That's 2 batters in a row we've seen Billy chase the cutter with.
All that velo on the cutter is mixing him up right now.
Good move here to set the bases loaded for Raider because now you face a lot weaker hitter and specialist activates.
Perfectly located back-to-back fastballs. Now it's 2-2. Looks like he's going for that cutter. It's way up top. Full count now. He's going to give him a pitch to hit, I would imagine. It's a red reticle, and he watches it, and that's Billy's eye. That's what I remember seeing early in this season from Billy. He shows it right there. Full count, bases loaded. That is a tough spot to take, and he walks in a run because of it. What an eye.
Yeah, I think if it was in the zone, he would have been out probably. He's been a little bit late on that four-seamer, and he's chasing that cutter.
He is. Four-seam, he chases that one just on the edge of the zone. So now 2 outs with the bases loaded. Patricia Power, no specialist problem this time. Swings on the four-seam late.
Ooh, fastball hitter too.
A hit here could change
Raider does
everything.
not care. Off-speed hitter, he'll come at you with curveballs. Fastball hitter, he'll throw it right in there.
Oh, the screwball from out of the zone to in, and he gets 2 strikeouts there with the bases loaded. He walks 1 in, but that could have been much worse. And the Harfang now down by 3. Tiffany Flores at the plate.
Oh my!
Almost headshot her.
A little bit of rage.
I'd like
there
to see it
by
happen.
Billy at Tiffany. I think if you're Raider, you'll take that. You know, it was first and third, nobody out, and he walked a run in, yes, but that was all he gave up.
Yeah, no doubt you take that in a situation like that. Top of the order up now after the pitcher strikes out. This one hit well, and it's looped into shallow center field. There's a 1-out single, and the best batters in this lineup are about to be up. Raider once again getting a runner on base. We'll see if he can manufacture anything across.
It's a little bit easier to face Dark Raider when you're in front like this. We still see the base running aspect weighing heavy on Billy's mind here.
Yeah, being much more patient. That's really the difference in this game right now. Billy is holding runners. Raiders still getting people on, but you're not seeing the same amount of steals. And what a fastball there at the top of the zone for the looking strikeout.
Wow, just clipped it.
And there's the steal, and Billy once again. Now he doesn't go to second this time. He's getting smarter and smarter as this series goes, and that's changing the whole dynamic of this game now. Raider really struggling to get runs without being able to steal.
That's what you like to see, is somebody adjust. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Great job to Billy there. He a couple of times has thrown the ball too quickly to the advancing base and not gotten the early steal for the out and let Raider get away with those. And this time, not only does he hold it, but he holds the pitch tempo, but he also holds it after the steal attempt there to get the runner caught between bases. Great job there by the kid.
Yeah, and he keeps the starter in here. Metal Mallory is locked in, having a good performance so far, and now she gets a chance to swing on it. Swings on it to Fernandez at the feet of the third baseman for the second out. Flores starting to lose some stats.
Game one, Billy was not afraid to pinch hit for a pitcher, but he really likes Metal.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Misplayed, and he's shallow outfield, so this one's way back at the wall. He's still running back there. Hang on. Is this a chance? Send it, Billy. Send it. Oh, he pulls it back to third. He doesn't have the Dwayne special in the bag. The inside the park home run has been prevalent for the Motor Sox this season, but Billy thinks otherwise. I send that every time.
That was a good call. No, he would have been out by a mile.
Oh, on that, bro, you bet on the drop. You got to bet on the drop.
Well, we'll never know, as the RBI hero low pitch does not come through, and Raider gets out of another jam.
You know, so far the RBI hero has been pretty shut down for the Mallards lineup. Raider doing a good job of getting around Havoc Hero.
Yeah, I think she hit a home run with no one on, but
yeah, had that solo shot.
Nothing with runners on.
There's another leadoff single there, and we'll see. Can Billy hold this base runner? Getting late in this game now. Raider almost needs more than a small ball run across an inning. Into the bottom of the sixth here now. Swung on, shortstop's over there, and it's right at his feet. Put away easily with no speed down the first base line, and huge there if you're the Mallards to get that double play early. And now the pop-up to left field. And Metal Mallory on the mound putting on a clinic. 6 innings, only giving up
Billy.
1.
Raiders still getting those base hits, but Billy's keeping them at first base, and that's making a huge difference in Raiders' offense.
Yeah, that is 100% been the difference so far in game 1 and 2. It's not every time you see two games almost feel identical, but you can see the adjustment be every bit as important as you would expect it to be. They've really been playing really similar to game 1, but the base running has been shut down. Swings on the cutter inside again, and he's able to get a hit off of it. That's the second time he swung on a cutter inside and looped it into shallow outfield. So now nobody out, 2 runners on. Tiffany Flores is starting to really drain. Seeing
Yeah,
Billy's
I think the next
improve.
lefty she faces, he's going to go to bullpen.
Oh, my.
Uh-oh.
Oh, not what you needed there. A double play for both teams. Back-to-back innings now. And what looked like it was going to be a dangerous inning. Neutralized by Tiffany Flores if she's able to get out of this. Good eye on that.
And one thing Billy does that's a little strange offensively, his lineup. He has a lot of lefties in a row and then a lot of righties in a row.
Yeah, that's definitely something that you don't want against a pitching staff like the Harfang, where they've got the specialists and reverse splits. They can sub in at the right time to get those batter hands lined up. 2 outs
and
here
all of
with
a
runners on the corner.
sudden, Raiders in another jam trying to get out of here, even though with the double play, and he gets out of it again.
Sasso over there at first, the MVP of the inning. Scooped up 2, turned a double play, and then put one away herself. This one popped up shallow. Left fielder ranges over. Weird route, but he's able to get there. Taylor Tornado puts it away easily. And now in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out, Harfanger running out of time here at home. Swing on the first pitch. So 2 outs put away. Metal Mallory still foot on the gas pedal on the mound. aggressively attacking the zone, and why not? Under a 1 ERA on the season, and another stellar performance here.
Isn't it interesting that the elite changeup pitcher doesn't do well, but this chick has a .7 ERA and just killing it this season.
Right. Maybe that elite changeup pitcher keeps getting hit in the chest. Might have seen more. RBI hero off the bench here, and Mind Gamer. And swung on well, but center fielder is able to put it away easily. So once again, it feels like Raiders got a base runner on every single inning. He's just not able to get that second or third hit he needs to score a run. And we're into the 8th now as Billy's still hoping for a split. Raider trying to turn this thing around and get a sweep here on Match of the Week. We see
so
a new
far
reliever.
through seven full innings, Billy has done an excellent job of adjusting here in Game 2, and it's really paid off for him. But he's not done yet. I mean, he's had a lot of the opportunities since that first inning outburst to add to this lead, and he's failed to do so other than that 1 RBI walk. So Raiders done a great job of limiting and keeping Billy where he's at, but Billy's still got to get Raider out 6 more times.
Yeah, we see a pinch hitter here, whiff on a curveball right down the heart of the zone. So we're going to see the first reliever come in for the Mallards in the bottom of the 8th. Trying to do damage
That's
here
off
after the
to-
leadoff single.
Tip your cap to Meadow Mallory, man. She did great.
And now the pinch hitter hits into a double play. We've seen a lot of double plays here in the last few innings. Pierre Paul coming in, and he had an excellent performance in Game 1, looking to do the same thing here in Game 2.
That just opened the door for Raider a little bit. Sometimes all you need is a look at a different arm than the one that's been dominating you.
Yep.
I think Mallory wanted to go the distance, but Billy opted to pinch hit. You can't blame him, but we'll see if that makes a difference in Raiders' bat.
Yeah, that's one of those really tough decisions you have to make in a situation like that. You get a good spot to do a pinch hitter, but the way Meadow Mallory was going, I think I keep her there.
Yeah, it was a tough spot, but you definitely don't want to hit a double play with the pinch hitter.
And now there's a third out. So we're into the bottom of the 8th. Harfang, 6 outs to play with, looking to have a comeback here. Closer's in yet again. Sarah Strikeout, who did well in the last game, only gave up 1, I believe, in her 2 innings. Changeup swung on early. It's the 1-hole hitter up. So if you're the Harfang, this is maybe your best opportunity to score as your best batters are up this inning.
Yeah, Sarah Strikeout, definitely a great arm on the mound, and Raiders got his work cut out for him.
That one well located in on the chin. Yeah, clutch is engaged. She's going to be real juicy if this thing gets up to 4 bars. Sitting at 3 on the pressure meter right now. Changeup's really causing fits right now for Raider at the plate. He's able to get a good hit on this one. That bad ball hitter gave him a little bit extra contact that he needed to get that through center field. So with 1 out, 1 is on.
I like the pitch call, not the location. You got to keep that thing low. Raiders chase, and then he gave him one to hit, and now Raiders got his man on first. We'll see if he can battle.
And Sarah's Strikeout is more juiced. The pressure bars are at 4. Seeing her pump a lot of velo in there. Huge accuracy as well. Swung on third baseman, puts it away easily back to first in time. So there's 2 outs. 10 pitches already for the closer. We know you don't get a whole lot of pitches with the closer in this game. You're going to see her waning soon. Changeup. He's swinging on all the changeups early. And now gets him looking on that one, well located inside. Great pitch from Billy, and we haven't even mentioned that enough. Billy's location on the mound has improved dramatically from last season. You're seeing him make some good location pitches and 2-strike counts.
Yeah, far fewer percentage of pitches crossing the middle of the plate for the Mallards this season. You love to see it.
This one's a meatball right down the middle. Swung on early. Raider really locating well, too. That one was nicely put up in the top of the zone. Still swung on and safe after the second baseman had to dive for it.
Raiders lucky that one wasn't a souvenir for a lucky fan here, Chaka.
And that red mat. Oh, another. Oh, it's dropped. Can he get to
kicked it.
second in time? He does. Mojo down for the second baseman after that drop play. That would have for sure been a double play. And now Billy has a chance here to break this thing open in the 9th and make it really tough on the Harfang. New reliever is in.
Clutch elite four seam for Eric Gagne.
And there's a second opportunity at it. She gets this one, puts it away, and there is the double play that she dropped before. So 2 outs, runner on third now. Looks like he might
Billy
think about walking.
He has crushed some balls right at some middle infielders with runners on scoring position so far tonight.
Yeah, Raider doing a great job of inducing ground balls instead of elevated balls on those hard hit ones.
Absolutely.
Swung on early 2-2. This one's well located. Good eye there. Full count. We'll see if he gets a pitch to hit. Changeup's going to be close. It's low, and so he gets the walk. Billy, an excellent job still in this series, despite Game 1's outcome of being patient with a full count.
Oh, fastball hitter. He challenged him, but Billy hit sky high. And Raider, again, we've seen him get out of jams almost every single inning. He does it yet again, but he's down to his last 3 outs on offense here in Game 2.
Yeah, Raider, an excellent job of having this thing at 4. A lot of players, this thing's going to be at 7 or 8 for Billy in this game, but he just, like you said, continues to leave base runners stranded, and we're going to see that left on base percentage be improved for this pitching staff.
How huge was that first inning for Billy coming out here in the Game 2? Is that one's not going to have enough juice?
Yeah, no doubt. He put up 3
first inning
off
is
rip.
the difference.
6-hole hitter up. Still swinging early on the changeup here. Only 2 outs to play with. Harfang trying to get a sweep here. After sweeping Spaceman earlier, they'd really top off their weekend if they could get a turnaround here. Swung on that one outside. This one hit well, and Raider able to manufacture something on base now. Has a little bit of hope, possibly. Only a 3-run game. Another hit. Another hit, you'll bring that tying run up to the plate. Sarah's strikeout on the mound is starting to lose stats rapidly. Up over 20 pitches now for the closer. That changeup pretty medium watched.
Yeah, clutch and max pressure is really carrying her stats right now.
Swung on down the line. First baseman touches first, and now we've got a diddle chance, and he's able to get back.
Wow.
It was so close to the bag, he just went ahead and tapped it and wasn't able to turn the double play, so Raider lives to fight another day.
Yeah, heads up play there by Raider.
This one blooped, shortstop's back, and he's able to put it away, and we do see a split on Match of the Week. League Office, once again, gives us a split. They're so good at picking these games. And just like last season, they split, and they're both close, tightly contested games, and we see a huge shift from Billy in the way he was able to hold base runners, and that was the difference in Game 2.
Yeah, great job to both players. They put their skills on display here tonight. And I don't think Billy last season could have adjusted the way he did here tonight. You got to tip your cap to the way he bounced back in Game 2. He was ready for what Raider was going to do, and it really paid off for him. Raider played both games really tough. Just wasn't in the cards for him in Game 2, but great job getting a split by both these guys.
Yeah, the 2 games really felt almost identical the way that they were able to get the base runners on in almost the same fashion. Raider was getting 1 or 2 on at a time, but like we talked about, the difference is he wasn't able to move those base runners up, and Billy, like you mentioned at the end of the game, had that big 3-run first inning, and that was the difference, and that's a huge thing when you're playing someone like Raider. I said it in the first game, one of the hardest people to play against when you're playing behind because of the way he can pitch. Yes. But when you get ahead like Billy did, things are much different, and you can see the eye discipline from Raider completely changed from Game 1 to Game 2, where he's playing from behind in Game 2. You saw him stretch the zone a lot more, and that was the big difference, and that's what was able to get Metal Mallory for the Mallards 7 innings deep and really have a clutch performance to get the split right there. And if you're Billy in your second XBL season, if you're splitting Raider, that's the type of series where you want to get splits. If you're starting to beat players like Raider, that's where you start looking at, okay, I can make the playoffs. And Billy's definitely one of those teams that's going to be someone eyeballing one of those playoff spots.
Yeah, that was a much-needed win for Billy, just his second of the season so far. So, Raider can't be too greedy. He's got 3 W's on the day, so he's had a great day of baseball. And Billy Banquo with a big W there, keep himself in the playoff hunt. It's only the start of week 2 here, but that just shows you how high the stakes are in the XBL. I mean, every set's important, and we're already talking about the playoff race on week 2 match of the week. So a much needed W for both these guys.
Yeah, the way the parity has really shown out the last couple of seasons in the XBL, especially from 10 to 18 or so. These sets feel like they split almost every time. Whenever you're playing anyone, it feels like here in season 19, you feel like it can be a split, no matter who it is facing off, where they are in the standings. So once again, we see a good split on match of the week, and nothing more that you want. If at least for me personally, I had to at least get a split on match of the week. You do not want to walk away from match of the week, your one chance to get on the schedule for the season and get swept. So both of these guys are going to be happy about that, and we'll see if it can catapult Billy into a little bit of a win streak here and get up to 500 or more. And Raider, like we talked about, off to a great start, over 500 and beating some top end teams so far this season. So we saw a great series from these two, and hopefully they both have a good rest of their season. With that said, Ox, you got any last words before I get us up out of here? I'm going to try to get me a set myself. Maybe you.
We'll see about that. Hey, it was fun calling the games with you, though, bro, and great job to both players. Good luck in everybody's games coming up, and we love to see all the action.
Yeah, like you said, great games. Thanks for casting with me. It was fun to have our first boost session, so I'm glad we got a couple of good games. And y'all make sure you stay tuned to the Discord for who we have coming up. I know you see the schedule next week, but make sure you pay attention for the timing. Make sure you stay on schedule for your games. I know a lot of us are already ahead of schedule. That just means we have passion, even though this is the least passionate booth in the league, if you ask Wishbone. We're the no passion committee, bro, but I would argue otherwise. But anyways, thanks for watching, y'all. Good luck in your games the rest of the week, and I will catch y'all next time. See y'all.